So the information we're going to talk about here today regards many things involving with ACT. It involves our productions, it involves our education, and it involves just general health and safety things that we're going to do here, not here, not in my house, but at the Academy of Children's Theatre. And we have not come to any of these decisions lightly. It was definitely a team and staff and board effort to figure out what it is that we are going to do moving forward. Some things that are really, really true are that arts and theater in particular, and in many group gathering scenarios, whether it be a concert or a play or anything, a large gathering of those kinds of events, are going to have a harder time, quote unquote, reopening. For us at ACT, in order for the health and safety of our families to be number one in priority, as it always has been, we can't just reopen the doors and say, go for it. And I think that's all pretty much understood from what the news is saying and what our governor is saying and what people are saying as well. So we have done some research not only on those areas, but in artistic fields from other artistic professionals besides ourselves and scientists who are studying the effects of what this means and how we can reopen. And so we are, hi everybody, just saying hi to those friends that are saying hi. We are really excited to offer some of the programs that we are offering, but know above all else, we want to get back to ACT, and we want to get back to having you in our building, and we want to get back to that sense of home that the building is for everybody. But until that time comes, we also know that in taking care of all of our community members, it means that we have to make some choices that are for safety and some choices that are for health concerns. And so we may not be opening things right back up as quick as other organizations that you see, but we're taking some steps into making sure we get the programming to you that is the programming that we can get to you, and we're being consistent and supported by, and we are supporting all of our other arts organizations in town as well. And so we have lots of things to talk about here, and we have lots of things to go over here a little bit. I'm going to do some screen sharing so you can see what we're talking about. In your feed on Facebook, you will also see a post that is these documents that I'm going to share. So if you want to go look at those documents as well, you can follow right along. They're going to be up on the screen as well here. They're also already posted. All of this information is currently available on our website, on ACT, on academyofchildrenstheatre.org. If you want to go over there and see all that, you totally can. Thanks, Michelle. I like the posters behind me as well too. So it's really exciting, and we're really excited to be here with you guys. So that was a big deep breath opener. All those documents are going to be available in those places on this feed, on our website. They're already there. I will go ahead and I'm going to start to share my screen here a little bit with everybody, so that way we can start to see what some of these documents are looking like together. And I think I'll start with this one right here. All right, so this document right here is a document that I'm not going to go over word for word, but this document is here and is helpful and is available to you so that you can know what ACT is going to do in each of the following phases. What is important to note is that all of these phases go with the guidelines of the Washington State phase reopening plan. So as long as our county, and Richland is in Benton County, as long as our county stays in phase 1, we will be in phase 1. When we move to phase 2, we will be in phase 2, 3, and 4, and so on and so forth. You can peruse this document at your own kind of pace, on your own time as well, but this for us is what's going to be helpful in determining what we can do to help stay open and to help our families stay safe. So during all 4 of these phases, it's good to note that proper social distancing and health measures will be taken. We'll go over what those mean a little bit for ACT and where we're getting those guidelines from in a little bit here, but for now, I just wanted to say that in all of these phases, proper social distancing and proper health measures will be taken in order to help ACT. So you'll notice here that productions and educations, as long as we're in phase 1 or phase 2, will certainly be online and available in online offerings. And that is kind of where we are and what we're there. Oh, hi, Lexi. You said it was Lexi there. Sorry, I didn't mean to call you the wrong name. So as long as we're in phase 1 or phase 2, ACT's programming will remain online. And so that is a really kind of thing that we have to know and thing that we have to kind of work through and work towards. But I really hope that you are engaging in our online programming to try it out for yourself and to see what our classes are like or what our production is like. And we do have an upcoming production of A Wrinkle in Time, which will be streamable to you for a limited amount of time only from June 12th to 21st. And that'll be a good way that you can see what we're doing with our kids and how we're getting them involved in what we're doing. And that's only the beginning of all the things. Jungle Book will also be presented digitally in these means. Again, just for safety and healthy reasons, we're not wanting to get a bunch of people in a small space while the disease does not have any sort of cure or vaccine or thing that can help us with that. Phase 3 is where if you're looking forward to having some on-site gatherings of people, phase 3 is where ACT is possibly going to start to allow small gatherings of people. Now, you'll notice that it says within the chart there that it's gathering of no more than 50 people. And if you're kind of putting things together, even if we're doing a small production, no more than 50 people kind of adds up really quick. You've got the actors on the stage, you've got the crew behind the scenes, you've got the parents volunteering, you've got the staff who help out, and then you've got the audience who would want to stay. So phase 3 is not really a phase in which we can get together in terms of having a production, but it might be what we can get together in terms of having a limited rehearsal or things along those lines in person in order to present a digital production in the future. Classes will be similar. Now, classes in our education programming can work a little bit different. We're going to have ways that we can check and help and make sure that everybody is safe and healthy on our own website. Again, we'll talk about those more in a moment or two. So we may be able to do a little bit more on-site stuff in our education program. So if we're really getting back to ACT is where you really want to be, then maybe check to our classes, because those might get to come back a little bit sooner than our productions will get ready to come back. And then if you notice in phase 4, it says that we can resume with a limited amount of actors as possible, and productions will resume still in a digital presentation format. Even in phase 4, when we can gather in larger groups, we got to make sure that before we can come back in terms of what we can do and being healthy, that we're not going to pass anything on to somebody else, that we're not going to pass on any sickness or anything like that. So we want to make sure that for many, many reasons beyond that, we're going to make sure that we stay as social distance and healthy as we possibly can. Classes will move on site, and we'll still have some options available during phase 4 for those folks that don't want to or can't come on site. We'll still have some online available there, and our office is going to open in different stages as we get through here. So we're really excited to kind of offer some of these things that are going to be available, and this is just an idea or a chart of when and how, when ACT moves forward, or when the state moves forward and the county moves forward, is how ACT can move forward. And that's kind of one of those things that we are looking as our guidelines as well. So I'm going to stop sharing this document for a moment. So this document, what you'll see here is a couple of different sections here. One of them is our health and safety and cleaning standards. One of them is a production adjustments and education adjustments. And one of them is a call for action. It's a call for help. And I think a call for help are really, really good words that we can use here today as well. So we'll start with what can you do? Because this section here is really important to not only us, it's you, it's just important to help get everybody here. So one of the things that we're asking and that we're hoping that our wonderful ACT family will participate in is participate in our online programs. Participate, whether that be in renting a production, taking a class, whatever it might be. We've definitely had folks that have taken them already and who are having really positive and wonderful experiences. And it's not the same, obviously, but it's something that we can offer and bring that digital way home to you. you. One of the things that's really important that we do want to stress is no, we don't want to be a digital theater. No, we do not want all of our classes to be digital from forward. And while we think we're finding some fun and exciting new ways to challenge ourselves and challenge this art, it's not what we want to be doing, but it is what we need to be doing to stay safe right now. So we really ask that if you can, take in a digital offering at ACT, really try to get involved there. ACT is not helped or aided by waiting for folks for us to reopen. If you love ACT and want to support ACT, we want to see those ways now, whether that be passing the word, joining a class. We've got classes from all kinds of levels. Starting in June, there is a June calendar up and available. Some of those classes are our free Facebook Hangout events that are educational. We've got our educational classes, which will be moving forward either online or in person, just depending on the health and safety of everybody around. And we've also got some pay-as-you-go classes, or pay-as-you-will, pay-as-you-can. So if you can't quite afford a full class, but you can chip in a little bit here or there, we've got some stuff there for you. We're trying to give all tiers for all folks, for everybody to help and just show what ACT is and get it out there as we can. So first and foremost, participate. If you miss ACT, we miss you. And the best way to get that there is try to be there for some of the digital programming as well. And I know it's hard, and I know it's not what we want to do, but it is what we can do. And we're so excited about the classes and programming that we can offer. So we're really there. As I said, our building, we want it to reopen as quickly as possible, but it's not going to be like an open the door, everybody flood in situation. We'll take some time, as those phases definitely said as well. And so that's kind of one of those things. We're remembering we're all in this together. We're going to quote some High School Musical there. We're all in this together, and we need you to help out with that as well. So even if those things don't sound like something you can do, reach out, sign up, join us, let us know what you can do or want to do, whether it be donations or even just sharing or helping in those ways or time. We'll take anything that we can get right now. We really want to try to keep our doors as open as they can be at this time, and we need to keep thriving so we can keep surviving. And I think that's a really true way, is that we need your help to stay going so that when we can reopen and when we can get back to it, we're able to do so. So some measures that ACT is going to take if we get to the point that we can open. Let me rephrase that. When we can get to the point of reopening our building. When we can get there, here are some things that we're going to do. We're going to make sure that all of our teachers, students, and staff have masks, that there is we're following proper hand washing recommendations, that there is hand sanitizer stations available to staff, students, teachers at all times. We will enforce this proper social distancing. That's for teachers, students, and staff. That's even still while we're performing and acting and doing all those things. So there's some challenges there that we'll face. We'll have to overcome them. We're going to try to use as much open air as possible, opening doors, windows, fans, getting as much open air as possible, or when possible, using our outdoor spaces. We're going to minimize the mixing of classrooms and class spaces. So we'll talk in the education section about how we're doing that, but that's just something that we're going to go about doing. As well as the sharing of crafts and artistic supplies. We will do our best to make sure that nobody's sharing those things and that we have in each one for everybody themselves. We'll minimize that. We will also make sure that students are screened as they're coming into our buildings, and that way we know that if anybody is not feeling well and feeling healthy, we can try as best we can to make sure that those guidelines are being followed. If you would like more information on some of the guidelines that ACT is following, there are 4 things listed here below. There's the Washington State Phases Guideline, the Event Safety Alliance Reopening Guidelines, the American Camp Association Guidelines, and the CDC Considerations for Youth and Summer Camps. We're following those guidelines. They're all kind of similar. They all say different things for different meanings, but we're just excited to let you know that that's what we're doing and that's how we're doing it. Let's move on here to this last section down here, which is our production and education adjustments. We're going to go a little bit deeper into some of these as we go, but just know that some of the choices that have been made here are not the choices that we would like to make, and they're not the choices that we, in a perfect world, a dream world, we would be doing. However, we are moving forward with the idea of everybody's safe and healthy in their own ways, and for us as well. So if you would like more information on either production or education, you can stay tuned to this video. We'll get to both of them coming soon, or you can jump to those documents and look at them as well. Again, if you happen to have questions or comments or things along those lines, I'd be happy to answer them as we're going along with this video as well. So first and foremost, ACT is going to, for our education classes, what we're going to do is we're going to minimize our class sizes. But in order to make it be so that each person can still participate in classes, we're going to have different sections. And these sections will be helpful in not only minimizing class sizes, which will be no more than 10 students, whether that be online or whether that be in person. We're going to have class sizes of no more than 10 students. So that means we'll have multiple sections running so that we can still get the same number of kids to get to ACT as would like to get to ACT. We've got our teachers and our staff prepping and ready to go to present these classes in multiple sections. Some of these sections will be online and some of them will be in person, as long as we can be in person. If we can't be in person, everything will be online. This goes for all of our classes and programs this summer, including our Harry Potter camps, our Star Wars camps, our musical camps, and our summer stage. We're going to try to figure out what we can do to figure them out. I'm just going to read this sentence as it is on the screen, because I think it's really important to note. And I think that Adrian, who helped me write this sentence, and who, with lots of other staff members, we came together, and I think this is really good. So, due to the natural heightened risk associated with singing in groups, ACT will refrain from producing in-person musicals until after January 2021. We have done extensive research, and the experts in the field cite too many potential risks associated with singing in groups at this time. We will continue to stay informed and listen to experts so we can adjust these precautionary measures as soon as can possibly and responsibly be done. The health and safety of our patrons, performers, students, volunteers, and families is most important to us. That's a big one. That's one that we're not taking lightly, and that's one that we know that as soon as we can change, if we can change, we will. We definitely love to present musicals and to sing in person and to do all those things, but from what we have found, there's extra heightened risks that go along with it. And that's not only with just singing in person, but that's, if you think about what it means to put on a musical, you've got not only the people that are on stage and the people in the audience, and you've got all those people backstage, and you've got all those people who are maybe playing musicians, or the tech folks, or there are so many folks. To put on even the smallest of musicals is going to become very risky very quickly. And so some things we want to note there is that we want to move forward with musicals as soon as we possibly can, but it's not anything that we think we'll be able to do prior to January of 2021, unless a vaccine or cure is found prior to those things. And so that's just where we are. That doesn't mean that we're not going to try to do musicals. That does mean they won't be in person, and we might have to get as creative as possible to try to find ways to do them digitally, or try to find ways to do them in other ways. We're still working, we're still searching. And so with that, that does mean that we are announcing the postponement of our fall musical, meaning that the Lion King Jr. will be postponed. We do remain committed to presenting the Lion King Jr. as soon as we possibly can. It is something that we've been looking forward to and are very excited to do. So we're hoping that we can present that to you as quickly as we can. If you would like more information on our choices in regards to singing in public, or contact us, or anything else, contact us at info@ACT staff. We would be happy to send you the information that we have and to send it to you and let you read and be a part of that discussion as well. ACT will be presenting digital productions. We'll not only be presenting productions of A Wrinkle in Time and Jungle Book, both coming very, very soon. We'll also be doing we'll be doing a season as well. We're not announcing a full season just yet. We want to give ourselves some time and some wiggle room to figure out what the back half of our season is. So we'll talk about what our season will be coming up very, very shortly. That does move into the next point that we're going to have to restructure our 2021 season just for the safety of our patrons. And then, again, as we said earlier, classes and programs will be held online until phase 3 at the earliest. Thank you, Vanessa. I really appreciate your words of support online. I thank you for that. Okay, let's move forward into. So that's some things that we are doing, and that is some things that we are changing for health and safety. Let's change the tone, and let's make sure that we can know what we are doing. And there are so many things that we can do. And again, with you or your help, getting involved as digitally as you can and being involved with it, we can still have a really fun ACT summer and a really fun ACT season. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about what some of the upcoming offerings are for what ACT is going to be able to do. Let's start with production. We were just talking about production. Let's start here. So, as I've said a couple of times, we are going to stream A Wrinkle in Time and The Jungle Book. A Wrinkle in Time, June 12th through 21. Jungle Book, July 17th through 24. Those will be streaming to you. You can go on our website right now and purchase a ticket. The tickets are available as follows. If you are a solo individual, then that's just $10. One ticket is $10. If you're just a single person going to watch it. If you and a partner want to watch it, you and a friend want to watch it, 2 people, a couple of people, is $15. That is lower. That is about the price of our normal. That's for 2 people. And finally, if you're a family of folks, it's $20 to rent the link for the time of the rental period. That is a great discount from what you would normally get for coming to an ACT show, but that's because we want to, we do need some help. We need some of that ticket income coming in, we want to offer it to you as best that we can and offer it to you at a price that we think is fair and reasonable for what our production is. So A Wrinkle in Time, we actually finished our recording sessions recently. We may have a few pickups to do, but we're really excited about what this project is and how these kids are working, and it's just going to be a really special and fun project to present. And so the Jungle Book will also be the same. Moving forward into our next season, you're going to notice a couple of shows over there, and then a couple and a question mark. We're excited to help fill in what all of those are. So first and foremost, we're going to lead our season with a production of Shakespeare's Sonnets and Stories. And we are really excited to put this production together. Myself and Emily Richmond are going to be co-directing the project together, which I think is a really, really fun experience to just, I've worked with Emily in terms of being the artistic director and her director, but to creatively get to work with her, I'm really excited to do that, and I'm excited to share that experience with you all as well. But not only are Emily and I going to be pairing up together, the Academy of Children's Theatre and the Rude Mechanicals are going to work in partnership together to present this production. So that means parts of their company will be auditioning, parts of our company that students and adults and community members will be auditioning, and we'll be piecing together these amazing sonnets and some stories for kids of all ages, for actors of all ages, and that includes 4th and 5th graders all the way up to adults. And we are so excited to not only get to present this production with the Rude Mechanicals, but to dive into the history of what it means, and to dive into the language, and to dive into how to make it accessible and fun. And we're very, very excited to present this production moving forward. It's also going to be a first-time new script. We'll be piecing it together in terms of what that means and what sonnets we do and what stories we tell. So it's a world premiere in a way between these 2 organizations, and you can be a part of it. We don't have dates announced yet for auditions, as we're still trying to figure out what those are going to look like and how those are going to work, but we'll announce those as soon as we possibly can. But in September, we're going to do a production of Shakespeare's Sonnets and Stories, and we are so excited to be able to present that to you. The next thing up is a question mark in November. There's a question mark there in November. We are still trying to figure out what our November production will be. We have been in contact with lots of our production companies and rights companies, and you don't need all the ins and outs of that, but what you do need to know is that there's going to be something exciting in November. We just haven't been able to nail down what it is yet, so keep an eye out for that. The last production that we know we're going to announce right now is our December one, and we're going to call it a holiday review. And ACT's Holiday Review will be a super fun new piece that we get to create as well. And so this piece will be based around all kinds of holiday traditions, and that's any holiday tradition that your family might celebrate. And we want to celebrate the holidays of our community and our community members. And so it's open and wide and broad to any celebration of the holiday times. We're going to use songs that are in the public domain, and we're going to use stories that are in the public domain to help to have a holiday celebration. And we think we can put this all together and get those auditions and everything ready to go as well. September asked a great question. She says, will this be online? And could someone that lives in Texas audition? September, as of this point, yes, all of the things are happening online. If things do move forward in some way, shape, or form, I bet we can figure out some ways for lots of folks to be involved with. We are anticipating our season being an entirely digital season. The productions that we do have in here are open to moving to being in person if our county and our phases allow us to do so safely. However, we are anticipating being digital at least through the end of 2020, though we are open to changing that, and goodness knows we would like to be open before that in terms of other ways of being digital. But that's our preparation right now. The very bottom down here just says auditions will be happening virtually, because that's what we think will happen. We'll let you know how to sign up to be involved there. But we're excited for not only our Night of Shakespeare's and Sonnets and Stories in collaboration with the Rude Mechanicals and ACT's Holiday Review. Both of those things are going to be super fun pieces to put together. They'll both be original, creative, theatrical works that we all get to do and work on together. So I'm really excited for all the summer classes and summer productions and how those are going to work as well. You'll see off to the side on this document here is a list of the titles of the classes that we're going to run. And you'll notice that these are really similar titles to what we've run in the past. We think that we can present our summer digitally in new and creative means. Does that mean it's going to be the same as it would be in person? No, it does not mean that. But it does mean that we think we can find new and unique and fun and creative ways to present classes to you. So those classes are available right now for you to view online. The opening weeks are available for registration, and we're going to work on building and let me rephrase that, to rebuilding summer coding and programming and all that stuff. I've just been working on it. I'm a little behind this announcement, but as soon as possible, classes will be available for registration. Hopefully as soon as even tomorrow. I'm going to be working on it tonight as well. So ACT is going to remain flexible as we can to opening to classes. Opening classes to on-site if possible, but likely to be online. When you sign up for classes, you're going to notice that there are multiple sections A, B, and C. Some classes just have A and B, and some classes just have A, and that's just for different teaching reasons and things along those lines. But basically, you'll have an opportunity to always participate online or always participate in person, depending on if those options are there. We want you to feel safe and comfortable no matter what way we move forward here at ACT. So you'll notice that the sections have different things there. We are asking, in order for students to remain as safe and healthy as possible, that if you sign up for section A one time, sign up for section A the next time, and section A the next time, and so on and so forth down the road. That way we can limit the amount of students that are kind of coming in contact if we do get to be on site together. If we are on site, not only will we follow all the health and safety guidelines that we talked about earlier in this video and that are listed on that document, we are going to have multiple entry points into our building, so our classes are not going to be crossing as much as they have in the past to help everyone remain safe and healthy. And then again, we'll also be cleaning in between each class session if we get to open. So A, B, C, those are the sessions. You'll see two prices. We kind of did a poll of people earlier about what people thought ACT prices would be for online classes and what they'd be willing to pay and what they would be willing to participate in. And so we kind of set our classes right in the middle of the range that people said they would be willing to participate in. So you're going to see two prices online. The first price is what's going to happen if we can do your class in person. It is our usual summer classes price, and we're going to be on site there. You'll also see an online price. The online price is significantly cheaper. And it's just available there because we know we're not offering you the same programming. We're offering you some different programming, and so we just want to give you a little bit of a break and welcome you to being a part of that as well. It'll still be fun. It'll still be exciting. It'll still be creative. It just won't be the same as what it was in person, but it'll still be really fun arts. It will be, I promise. Talk to the friends who have taken classes, or if there are friends in the comments right now who have taken classes, speak up and say what you've been enjoying about being online digitally. We've had some wonderful classes make in May, as well as our performance groups have been running, so we're really excited to move forward with summer online if that's where we go, and we want you to be a part of it. Classes will take place on Zoom as they have before, and we can definitely aid you with those processes in getting that programming up and running if you need help with those as well. The two prices that you'll see online are in-person and online, and you'll be originally signing up for the online price, or the in-person price, and then we'll refund you down to the online price if the class goes online. And then, yeah, I think those are all the things. Also, ACT will be providing for each class, to each student that signs up, we're calling them an ACT at Home box. It may not be an actual box. It may be an envelope, it may be a package, but this is designed to help get your kids being creative in the class on the screen, as well as at home off the screen. We know that screen time is not always a creative time, and we're going to try to find ways to make that screen time be a creative time. Okay. I think those are all the things that I have to say and that I have to announce. Let's see, if there are any questions or thoughts or comments that anybody wants to say or add. I know that was a lot, and it was a lot of things really fast. Know that what we want to do is be as in contact with our ACT family as possible. We miss you. We adore each and every one of you, and we really want to see you in person as soon as it's healthy to do so. We also want to keep those things in mind. So online programming is kind of where we're going to go for the next little bit, as long as we have to go that route. Maggie shared some stuff here. Ooh, I like live testimonial. I like this. So Maggie says, Liana has continued to take online classes and has grown a lot from it. Of course, we look forward to being together in person again, but in the meantime, this has been a fantastic alternative. Maggie, you are a hero, and I thank you so much for sharing those words. It truly is a wonderful thing to just try to stay and remain involved. So don't wait till we reopen. We need to thrive if we're going to survive, and figuring out what reopening is in the future. We need to kind of focus on what we can do to help right now. And so we as ACT appreciate all of you. We thank you so much for being part of our ACT family. Again, this information is available on our website. It's available on our Facebook page. If you would like a copy of these files emailed to you, it'll be emailed to you. It'll also be sent out if you're on our mailing list through MailChimp. You'll be getting that as well. So we are really excited to try to move forward and see what we can do. Our productions are going to be a little different than we thought, but they're going to be really fun. They're going to be, it'll be new. It'll be new and creative, and I think those are the fun words that we have. I think that's all I have to say. I appreciate all of you. I will stop rambling. This video will be posted elsewhere, so if you want to watch this again, just know that we care for all of you. We want you all to stay safe and healthy, and ACT will reopen in phases slowly, and we'll all get back together as soon as we can. But until then, let's be together online, and we really appreciate that. Well, thank you, everybody. Have a great week. Have a great rest of your Monday. Happy June.